No, not today, Uzume. I got something else to rant about. Hey, everybody, Mntdewmania here. Welcome to Friday. Friday is rant day, and I've got a couple. I have an online situation, not the 7-zip. That was, whew, I was mad about that. Uzume knows I was. But I have got a similar situation that happened online to somebody else, and they were telling me about it, and it happened to me in real life at work on Wednesday. And it's almost the same thing, just two different settings, okay? I'll start with what happened at work. I stock, not at the other place I used to be, but a new place. And we go in before the store opens, and then we open later in the day, like at 9 a.m. And so we're usually well into our work when people first see us, right? And there are all kind of shoppers. There are people that just come in and they know exactly what they need. They don't need your help, but you still speak. You say hello. They say hello. You always try to be nice and, polite to customers. You want them to come back. And so then you have the people that are just browsing. They don't really need your help. They'll tell you, nope, just looking. You have somebody that's totally lost. They've probably never been in your store again. And they desperately need your help. And they appreciate the fact that you spoke nicely to them. And then you have the people, like I had Wednesday, that do not take 1 second to consider the crap that is coming out of their mouths as they insult you and look down from their pedestal to your lowly position and start barking at you. Can you feel the anger coming out of me? I tell you what. Whoo! I had my little cart all set up. We usually get like a shopping cart to put we tie like a trash bag to it. Any kind of little pieces of cardboard. To keep off the floor. We don't want anybody to trip or get hurt. And as you come into a store, usually, most I've ever been in, there are buggies at the front. And if we see a customer with things in their arms, we will offer to go get them a buggy. Can I get that for you? Do you need a basket or a buggy? I'll be glad to get one. That's what we're there for, to help people. This lady, she has an armful of flower bulbs. And I guess she didn't come in for that, but she saw them and was like, oh, gotta have them. She comes up to me. She has this, you would carry an armful of school books. Is kind of, I want you to picture that. Not, I'm getting ready to drop everything or this is killing me, but I have an armful of stuff. I'm probably going to need a buggy. Okay? That kind of urgency to it. Alright? And the words are, my mouth comes open. My next sentence is going to be, could I go get you a buggy or a basket, ma'am? This is what she says before I can articulate that sentence. Could you take those, that trash and that bag off? I need your cart. Well, I can, just take it off. She proceeds to pick up, there's like a little low cardboard, like a display that would have like candies in it. And somebody, of course, had stole one. And they're like loose jelly beans everywhere. So I have them in this little box. She picks it up, shoves it into my chest, throws all her flour packets into the buggy, and is pulling my buggy away as I am trying to cut the garbage bag off. The box tips over. Jelly beans go flying everywhere. And she turns around and looks at me And like, oh, could you get those? I tell you what, I I came close to opening my mouth and just being downright. Now, you need to understand it's different when you insult somebody online because you can't see. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying it's a different situation because you cannot see personal things about the person to read body language. Okay? Body language and facial expressions can make a similar phrase seem totally different. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but you can say, "Oh, you're so silly," you know. "Oh, you're so stupid. Why are you acting so stupid?" Now, if you are joking with your friends and everybody's giggling and you see body language and facial expressions, that can mean something totally different if you were online and somebody said it to you and you had no point of reference as to how they were saying it. It could hurt. My point is, if you had seen the look that this woman gave me, like, you piece of total, redneck crap, I am looking down my pedestal and you are in my way, is the body language that I read. It's the look she gave me and her body language. And I mean, I was dismissed. You know what I'm saying? From her mind as just, I can't explain to you the look she gave me. Like, you don't see me as your queen bee, you better. And I mean, it took everything in my body just to, oh God, please do not let me get fired. I really like this job. To, you know what, I don't care if I get fired. I'm going to take this cardboard box and slam it in her face. That's the thoughts that were running through my head. Now, to give you an online example, somebody in here, I will not mention names, if you've ever been on a server, you're a gamer, you know that on a server like this, when there are a lot of different jobs to be had, okay? There are helpers and moderators and admin and people that do jobs to keep the server going, okay? And sometimes people have all the time in the world to do this job. They don't go to school. They work from home. They work part-time. Whatever the thing is. After they get off work, they can dedicate the rest of the day to it. Whatever their situation is. Okay? Sometimes you can take on a job and then real life happens and you can't dedicate all that time to it. You try, but something gets in the way. You need to solve problems, but the people that you need to solve the problems with never come back or they're not online. And, and people can read that the wrong way. They can read, you can't do your job, to you don't want to do your job and I do my job better than you do. Not knowing the circumstances. And also, after they say these things to somebody, you don't seem to be doing your job the same as good as I'm doing my job. Why is that? Well, why did you take on this responsibility if you can't do it? Not knowing the other person's situation, not even asking the other person's situation. Is something going on? I mean, you need to talk. I'm here if you want to talk. But just being nasty and rude and putting yourself up on a pedestal when, trust me, you don't deserve to be there. So, I guess what I'm so angry at is people taking on this air of, I am better than you, intentionally or not, and not caring about the people that you're speaking to and how it is affecting them. Because I talked with somebody yesterday and the person was crying and upset, I mean literally crying and upset in this, digital world, if you want to call it that, because the other person was so insensitive and rude and didn't take the time to find out why this person that was upset wasn't doing the same level job they were doing, you know. And then a real life situation, you know, I, walking into somewhere thinking you are the center of the universe, being rude and hateful and disrespectful because you think you can? Come on, folks. You are responsible for everything that comes out of your mouth. If you do not know somebody else's circumstances, or you just don't care, then you probably shouldn't be speaking. Okay? I guess that's my point. You need to be aware that if something comes out of your mouth, somebody else is going to be on the end of it. So, and I'm not saying that, I'm not saying lie. I can't stand lying. I'm saying be aware of how you say something because it is going to affect somebody else. And it does not take any more time to be, I don't care if you don't mean it, you can say thank you. You know what I'm saying? Inside, you could be going, I hate you. I hate everything about you. I hate your clothes. I hate your hair. But on the outside, if you smile and say thank you, everybody's going to have a better day. You do not have to be nasty and rude and put yourself up on a pedestal. I'm better than you, and I think I'll just tell you why. All I'm saying is, if be aware of the situation you're in. Be aware of the words coming out of your mouth. They are going to affect somebody else. A lot of times, it's going to be in a negative way because we cannot see body language and facial expressions online. All right? So, just think before you speak, okay? Come on. All right. I am done. Thank you for letting me rant today. Those two situations were very similar, and I thought I just had to get them off my chest. So I appreciate you being here, and if you would watch the video to this point right here, thank you very much. And I'll see you next week on another rant. I'm so out of here. Bye, guys.